What is up, Coach Emma here, and welcome back to the Fit Habit Life podcast, where we cut through the noise, talk real health and fitness, sustainable fat loss, and habits that actually work. And today on the podcast, we will be talking about how to stay consistent through the holidays without feeling restricted, guilt, or without having to start over in January, which is super common. But before we dig in, I just want to thank you for listening. I really appreciate anybody who spends the time to listen to me talk about health and fitness. Hopefully it's been helpful for you. If it has, please rate the episode, subscribe, share it with a friend or family member who you think it would help. That just helps me debunk a bunch of the other crap out there and help more people, which is the goal of the Fit Habit Life podcast. So, thank you. And other than that, hope everybody's been having a great November so far. And I feel like I'm going to be pretty strong talking about the holidays and how to manage the holidays and all of that, because this tends to be the biggest struggle during this time. And so you might hear some things that are repetitive, but sometimes that's helpful because sometimes it takes hearing something a dozen times to actually start implementing it. But today specifically, we're going to be talking about how to stay consistent, because that is the hardest thing to do during the holidays, because there's a lot of travel going on. Usually, like most people will travel for either Thanksgiving or Christmas or both. We used to do both. This year is the first year we're not traveling for either, which is actually super nice. I'm kind of excited. And we're hosting Thanksgiving, so it should be kind of fun. In our house is our first Thanksgiving in our home, so that should be kind of fun. And same with Christmas. First Christmas in our home, and our first Christmas in Utah since we've moved here. Like, has it been 3 years, 4 years? However many years. 2022. We moved in 2022. It's 2025. Yeah, first Christmas in Utah. So, should be kind of fun. But anyway, usually we travel so much, and most people do too, right? You have family that live across the country. Maybe you're going on vacation for fun too. Like sometimes, right, kids have Thanksgiving week off, and then usually Christmas and New Year's off. Like people have a couple weeks off, and so people travel. So schedules out of whack. Usually stress increases due to travel. Schedule being out of whack, kids coming home for the holidays. Maybe you're an entrepreneur and you've got deadlines, or maybe you just have deadlines for your job. Routine kind of goes to the wayside too during these vacations. And sometimes old patterns resurface that don't necessarily serve you. So, and these are like totally normal, like super normal, like super common, like stress. There's family. Some families don't get along very well. There's change in things that can be stressful. Change is very stressful to me. Like it causes me stress. It disrupts my sleep. It disrupts my mood. And thankfully, I don't anymore have unhealthy coping mechanisms. I used to use food or alcohol to just help me during stressful periods of time. Thankfully, I don't do that anymore. And so, again, not coming from a place of judgment, but for most people, the holidays are crazy. And so being consistent with your exercise routine and nutrition, especially if it's new to you, is such a challenge. Like for me, this is my profession. It's like ingrained in me. I am a fitness and nutrition coach. So like, I don't even have to think about doing these things. But when you're just getting started on your fitness journey or you're pretty new to it, it can be hard to prioritize those things when in the past, those weren't even top of mind during this time. So that's why I wanted to talk about this today. And these are the 3 common things that I've noticed and pitfalls and traps that people fall into during this season. So I figured I'd talk about those and talk about what you can do to help with those common pitfalls. So number one is all or nothing thinking. So super common during the holidays, where people will go to a holiday party, or maybe it's the holiday itself, like Thanksgiving, and overindulge. Maybe you have one too many slices of pie, an extra cookie, and you feel bad, and then you just go screw it, and you go off the rails, and you overindulge for the next week, and just stop trying to do anything. And so that tends to be really common. It's like, well, I already screwed up, and I have another holiday party this week, and then the next week, so I might as well just not do anything anymore and just go off the rails. But that's going to make things worse in the long run, right? Because if you're, instead of like, okay, I overindulged, that's cool. Tomorrow I'm just going to go back to having some protein for breakfast, get my workout in, get my steps in, and not worry too much about it. People who do that, even if they overindulge, if they just go back to a consistent routine of habits and structure, they tend to put on less weight in the long term and are able to maintain their weight. The all or nothing thinking, it's either over restrictive or just, screw it kind of mode. So that's where people kind of fall into. And if you're over restrictive too, like on the other side of that coin, like you're like, well, I'm trying to lose body fat and I don't want to put on any weight. And so you don't go to any holiday parties. You pack your Tupperware for Thanksgiving, or you are so structured and rigid that the holidays just aren't super enjoyable and they're a time of stress because you're worried about your macros. That's not healthy either, right? We need a balance in life. So you should be able to enjoy an extra slice of pie and a cookie without going off the rails and just screw it mode. But you should also be able to, stay consistent and have better eating habits and behaviors without having to not go to any gatherings and not spend time with family. Because the holidays are about being together with family, being thankful, grateful, spending quality time with loved ones and friends. And missing out on that is taking away a big aspect of health. Community is so important for health and overall quality of life and fitness. So if you're like hiding in your home, eating from your little Tupperware and getting your workouts in, but you're not talking to anybody, you're not engaging with anybody, your quality of life isn't going to be super great, and that's going to decrease your longevity. So basically, all or nothing thinking sucks in general. But during the holidays, it's a big pitfall and trap that I see people fall into. Then the second biggest pitfall, which I kind of touched on, is overcomplicating nutrition. So, for context, tracking calories is awesome. Tracking your macros, amazing. I get most of my clients to do that because it provides so much value. You learn so much from it. But sometimes it's unrealistic to track everything. So if you're always tracking everything, but you're going to a holiday party, or you're going, to maybe a family member who doesn't have a food scale, or you just, going out to eat and you don't know what the restaurant has. There's a lot of different things. It can be really tough to track. And while it's beneficial, you don't need to be overly rigid or restrictive during this time, or really overcomplicate the nutrition side of things either. If you really focus on like just hitting the basics, like getting enough protein and fiber, getting enough movement in, and just, as I touched on the last podcast, not eating like an asshole, you're going to be totally fine. You don't need to track every morsel of food that's going in your mouth, especially if you're not in a fat loss phase. If you're in a fat loss phase right now, I've touched on this many times. Get out of it. Go back into maintenance, maybe even a slight surplus, so that you can enjoy the holidays and not beat yourself up about the lack of progress you'll be making, because most people don't make great fat loss progress during this time. So, one, if you're trying to lose fat right now, stop. But two, don't be so rigid. Don't overcomplicate the nutrition, because that can, again, lead to the all or nothing thinking. And really during this time, it's about being together with family and friends and enjoying each other's company and enjoying meals together. And so you don't want to stress yourself out about it. You'll probably overindulge 1 or 2 times, maybe 3, maybe 4. That's okay. But don't overcomplicate things. Allow yourself that flexibility. But just make sure, like, on those days, if you are, like, Thanksgiving Day, earlier in the day, maybe you have a bit of a lighter breakfast with more fiber, more protein. I mean, if you like turkey, usually Thanksgiving getting protein in, not a problem. But it is good to start your day with protein and fiber because it'll crush some cravings. So anyway, start the day strong. Maybe a little bit lighter of a meal so that when you do, if you do want to overindulge a little bit, have an extra slice of pie, then you kind of make up for those calories. So be a little bit more flexible. And right now, overcomplicating things, that's just going to add stress to an already stressful season. So that's mistake number 2. Mistake number 3 is having a workout plan that requires you to be in the gym for 60 to 90 minutes. Oftentimes, during this time, people that follow rigid, structured plans like that, they tend to not be as consistent because it's really hard to fit that in. If you're a parent and your kids are home and they've got things to do, or you're traveling, or you're staying with your in-laws who don't have access to a gym, or you're on vacation, like, probably not super realistic to set aside 60 to 90 minutes to get to the gym because there's travel time to the gym. So that probably would take 1.5 to 2 hours total. So during this season, I don't recommend my clients, unless they are the super consistent ones. If you're just getting into a workout routine, you don't like working out, you're not consistent, having a workout plan that takes that long, even if it's twice a week, you're probably going to push it off a couple times, and then it's the end of the week and you're like, crap, I didn't get my workout in. So having a workout plan that is flexible and that doesn't take as much time out of you every day, because holidays, as we talked about, right? Schedule is very variable. Things come up. Maybe you have gatherings, travel, whatever. We want to make it as easy as possible to be consistent. So that is why long workout plans right now, not ideal, I'd say, for consistency's sake, if you're new to this. So, and I guess for context, I'll give an example for the workout routine. So I used to work out for an hour and a half every day. And when I was trying to build this business while working my other full-time job, trying to get to the gym 3 times a week for an hour and a half was so unrealistic. It caused me stress, which negatively impacted my health, made me less productive at both things I was trying to focus on. And it just was, although the volume wasn't intense, it was too much. So instead, what I started to do was focus on 2 compound lifts a day, and not all were compound, like not all, it wasn't, basically intensity moderate, 1 compound lift, 1 accessory lift, 6 days a week. And it took me about 20-25 minutes. That was way easier to fit into my schedule and routine, reduced my amount of stressors. And I made the workout plan flexible so that if one day I couldn't get to the gym, that next day I could just stack the workout, or I could just shift the schedule down. So during a busy, hectic season where your schedule is variable, it's really helpful to have a routine that's easily manipulated and molded into your life, so to speak. So that's what I'd recommend, is switching to a more flexible routine to where, like the routine I talked about, right? 20 minutes a day, 6 days a week, that's an hour twice a week. So you can stack the workouts for twice a week if you have that time. Or if you don't, you can spend those 20 minutes a day in the morning getting that workout in. So really the focus should be during this holiday season is just to focus on the least you can do to elicit the most amount of change. So, for example, with nutrition, if you're focusing on protein and fiber, and even while add in staying hydrated, probably not going to overindulge most of the time. For movement in general, like working out and steps, if you're focusing on just getting enough movement throughout your day, and you're focusing on getting a couple, like I said, like a flexible workout schedule that you can stack or like extend, that's going to be very effective. And while you might not think 15 to 20 minutes a day is a lot, it's going to keep you consistent and it's going to get you those results. Because if you had a workout program that was 4 times a week for an hour, hour and a half, you're probably not going to make it to the gym 4 times a week. So you probably would get more volume and training done with those 15 to 20 minute workouts every day. And it would help you be more consistent. So focusing on the minimum effective dose will help you be more consistent and will help you maintain your progress throughout this crazy season. And it'll reduce some stress too, because like I said, like with a workout or tracking your macros or whatever, if you're focusing on all the things with all this other stuff going on, it's just going to add more stress to your plate, which is going to probably increase potential cravings, reduce sleep quality, which is not good when you're at a lot of holiday gatherings, right? So to stay consistent this holiday season, really focus on giving yourself grace, focusing on having like those kind of anchor in habits that you can complete daily, being flexible with yourself with those habits, and having a flexible workout routine to help you stay consistent, but also give you some results. So I guess I'll give you three actionable things that you can start focusing on now that will continue into the holiday season that will help with that. So number 1, high protein, high fiber breakfast, as I touched on. Just starting your day with 30 plus grams of protein, 10 plus grams of fiber is going to set yourself up for success with regards to hunger cues and energy levels and digestion. And number 3 is going on a walk every day. Or number 2. Number 2 is going on a walk every day. Whether it be 5 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, just get outside and stay active, get some sunlight. That's going to help tremendously. It's going to help alleviate stress. It's going to help your circadian rhythm. It's going to help your digestion if you do it after a meal. It's a great way to just integrate more movement into your day. And then number 3, I'll say build yourself a workout. Well, that's not an actionable tip. Let's see. I guess it is. Build yourself a workout routine that takes 15 minutes a day. So you can stack them if you need to, or just stay consistent and every day have some movement, which is going to help your resting metabolic rate anyway. So, yeah. But anyway, actually, and this today, I'm launching like a challenge. It's called Maintain, Don't Gain, because I thought it was funny. Maintain, don't gain. Thrive through the holidays. Really, it's not about weight loss. It's not about body composition. It's just about treating yourself well, treating your body well, showing up for yourself daily, and building some consistency during a really crazy time of the year, which will lead to a better body composition after the holidays than it would otherwise, and just help you feel good. Because if you're deprioritizing yourself, you're doing everything for others, you're not moving your body, you're eating like crap, you're not sleeping enough, you're stressed and you're not managing it well, the holidays aren't going to be very fun. So I wanted to come up with a challenge that would help people stay consistent during this crazy season, and just help them take care of themselves so they could have an enjoyable holiday season. That's why it's called Thrive Through the Holidays. And it's an 8-week small group coaching container You have access to a group coaching chat with me. Every week there's a live Zoom call. There's 4 workout programs to choose from to help you stay consistent. That, as I touched on, like it's 15 minutes a day and they're flexible. So you can shift the programs around. So like, let's say you missed day 1, you can do day 1, day 2 back to back on the same day and stack them. And so basically, as long as you have bands, you should be able to do this workout routine, one of the workout routines. And it focuses on simple nutrition anchors like I was talking about, protein, fiber, and staying hydrated. Because those are the things that are the most important that people tend to neglect during the holidays, which tends to lead to the overindulgences and the poor digestion and the stress. And so not only is it a group coaching with me leading it, and there's a community, so there will hopefully be other people in this challenge. But half of the proceeds I am donating to a local charity that's here in Utah, I guess, a local nonprofit that helps. It's called Dahlia's Hope, and it helps survivors of sex trafficking and sexual assault heal, is essentially the goal. And it meets them where they're at. It provides counseling. It's like a holistic counseling to help them reintegrate into society and just heal from that trauma that they went through. So it's a really awesome nonprofit, and I know the founder, so that's why I wanted to contribute to this one. So half of the proceeds go to charity. So not only, if you sign up for this, will it help you during the season, but you'll also be helping other people too, which is awesome. So yeah, if you're interested, the link that has more information, more specifics, is below in the show notes. So you can take a look at that there and sign up. It's $97 for the full 8 weeks. So, and after those 8 weeks, you'll get a strategy call with me personally, so I can map out what your New Year plan should look like based on your goals and just provide you some guidance and feedback for that. So it's $97. If you sign up with a friend or with a spouse, it's $147 for the both of you. So pretty good deal, I'd say. And yeah, half the proceeds go to charities or go to an awesome nonprofit. So why not sign up? And even if you don't need a workout program, you're pretty consistent on that front, these coaching calls are going to be super valuable anyway. So might as well sign up. You can still follow that workout routine that you are doing and get some guidance from me in that group chat. And after each live coaching call, my talking point won't be too long, hopefully, but I'll be answering questions. So yeah, an hour every week to get feedback, guidance. There'll be worksheets too to help you structure your week in an effective way to get your workouts done. Stay consistent with your nutrition and daily habits that'll help you feel good. So it should be pretty awesome. So hopefully you sign up. Hopefully I see you in there. And looking forward to helping you through that. But anyway, if you made it this far through the episode, thank you for listening. I appreciate it. If you could share this with somebody who you think it might help, I'd also appreciate that. So sign up if you struggle with consistency over the holidays. I hope to see you in there, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Catch you on the next one. See ya.